What's up, guys? So, most of you saw my last video. It actually became my most engaged video. I didn't really expect that. Obviously, I'm an NFR fan, and that wasn't the first time that they've reacted to a take that I've given or reacted to anything that I sent. About half a year ago, they post on their community, send your most listened to albums. Okay, so I sent my most listened to albums from the time I was active on Spotify to that point in time. I used Stats FM. And then what I sent was my most listened to albums. It's not my favorite albums, which is what it ended up being, roasting your favorite albums. I misunderstood. But anyways, they were able to react to that, and they gave a good reaction. Let's go take a look.
Sheesh. What are we doing here, bro?
This is interesting here.
This one's an interesting one.
So, right here, there's chapters. Mine is the Pitbull chapter. And I sent this from Instagram, so they refer to me by my Instagram handle.
Up, we have Rodri.
Rodri's like 27.
I'm 20.
Rodri's probably 27, 28.
And he was clubbing like a motherfucker back in the early 2010s.
Rodri was getting the Red Bull vodkas going.
Oh, yeah.
He was fucking ripping them apart.
He's the type of guy that could throw a hell of a house party and make you the best spicy margarita you've ever tasted, bro.
There we go.
That's Rodri. I will say this. The Planet Pit is a crazy pull, bro.
That's a nutty pull.
Low-key, bro, chefed up, slapper after slapper. This is a 3-track run on the album, okay?
Yeah.
Give Me Everything, Reign Over Me with Mark Anthony,
Reign Over Me,
and Hey Baby with T-Pain, bro.
That's a song, bro.
That is generational. Pitbull on this album was a fucking animal, bro.
Yeah, but you see, I'm not a big fan of Globalization, though. Like, it's cool, but it's a bit more of like a poppy record for him. Like, it just doesn't feel as authentic to, like, Dale, you know? Like, it's not Mr. 305.
Mr. Worldwide. That's the only...
I think Globalization is definitely Pitbull. It's more poppy than Planet Pit, but Planet Pit is still pop. It's just more that 2010s dance vibe. But yeah, I get what he's saying.
The issue is that I love myself some Pitbull hits. There's even international love.
There's
on that
even like climate change,
but
though.
The thing is, there is such a thing as too much Pitbull.
Now, what happened here is that it concentrated my listening from 2017, 2019, and I would listen to virtually the same albums over and over again. So this was basically what I would listen to just over and over again. So that's why I just have a lot of the same artists in repeating.
Yes.
You have to draw the line somewhere, bro.
Like, yeah, you'll get, like, a problem with your pancreas or something if you're listening to too much Pitbull and you don't get the right medication for
You'll become physically ill.
Yeah, bro, you'll become physically ill. But other standouts for me here, Californication by Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's a huge standout for me. That's another album you could look-y spin at a fucking house party. Then, after that, Flo Rida, Wild Ones.
That's an L.
Now, I love Californication. It's definitely a classic. I have it on vinyl. And then you got Stadium Arcadium, and By the Way, which are the Red Hot Chili Peppers' big three.
That's a huge L.
Like this, there's like maybe one or two records you could slap on, but now I know
what are you
you're in
gonna
the club
slap on? Whistle? Gonna blow my whistle, baby. No way. This is trash, bro. I'm sorry. I enjoyed my fair share of Flo Rida growing up, but this album,
oh my god, bro! I just realized there's a total of 4 Pitbull albums on this.
Now, Wild Ones, I'd say it's an album worth listening to, especially if you like the 2010s music. You have Good Feeling, obviously you already mentioned Whistle, Wild Ones, and then you have I Cry, Let It Roll. I think it's a good album if you like that type of stuff. Now, do I think I think it's a good album.
It's a total of 4 Pitbull albums.
And of all Eminem albums, he didn't choose the entire catalog, but Encore had to make the mix.
Hey, stop with the Encore slander.
Encore had to be here.
Bad Meets Evil, the sequel is crazy. I love the sequel.
You are getting 2001.
Now, I also have Dr. Dre on record, but Encore I think is overhated. I think it does get critiqued fairly and unfairly at times. But I wouldn't have it on my grid if I was able to redo this.
Obviously, peak David Guetta. You are getting peak David
Nothing
Guetta.
But the Beat is a really hard album.
It is.
Lots of legendary tracks on there. Calvin Harris's Motion. And, then you go on to 18 Months. Those are solid. Well, no, I like Motion. Outside with Ellie Goulding's really good. Blame It on Me with John Newman. I like that record
I think
too.
We Found Love is on there.
It's great stuff.
There's some
So We Found Love is on 18 Months. That and Motion are his best two albums. When it comes to David Guetta, Nothing But the Beat is fantastic. But if you're looking for more of a dance, I guess dance album, his 2007 album is one of the best. I'll put it up here.
Motion's
stuff on
definitely
there.
better than 18 Months for me, at least.
for sure, but yeah, it's kind of like nostalgic rap pop
Yeah,
type.
Like
lyrics.
I know how your rotation's gonna go on a night out now.
Yeah.
You're gonna start it off maybe with some like Flo Rida and some David Guetta, then you're in the club fucking with some Pitbull, and then smoke a J at the end of the night and bump some Eminem and some Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
That's the way that I kind of
This
This
figure
is
it
not
out.
too, like, I respect a lot of picks, but some are atrocious, Rodri.
But whatever, fuck it, we ball. Okay, next up, Elliot Harvey.
Alright, now I'm going to show what I would have actually sent had I understood the prompt properly. Alright, so I was able to pull up this list I made shortly after this, after I realized what actually happened, or what was actually prompted. And it's different. As you can see, there's obviously many similarities. The whole top row is exactly the same. Then you have the inclusion of Arctic Monkeys AM. Instead of Climate Change, you still have Californication. Then you have, of course, Linkin Park. You have to. Then another Arctic Monkeys. Then you have Pop Life. Now, this is the one I was referencing. David Guetta's Pop Life is one of the best dance records I've ever heard. It is awesome. I think it's better than Nothing Than the Beat. And that is saying something. Y'all gotta go check it out. 2001 stays there. Now, I replaced Sick Boy with LMFAO Party Rock. I love that album. And Sick Boy, it has some good tracks, but I wouldn't have it in the list like this. Replacing Recovery is Lil Wayne's The Carter 4. I love that. There's so many tracks I love on that. Then instead of Encore, you have Daddy Yankee's Barrio Fino, one of the greatest reggaeton albums of all time. Then you have, of course, Bad Meets Evil, that stays there. Instead of Global Warming, I have Swedish House Mafia's Until Now. Great album. It's a compilation album. If you don't count compilations, that's fine, but for one of these, most listened to, yeah, I'd have it. By the Way stays there, Marshall Mathers LP stays there, Nothing But the Beat, Culture. So bottom row is basically unchanged. Now I checked out my top listened to albums of all time. Now with 6 more months, much hasn't changed anymore. Arcadium, Relapse, 18 Months, Eminem Show, Planet Pit. Compared to this, Motion, Californications, Wild Ones, Climate Change, 2001 Recovery, Encore, Globalization, Nothing But the Beat. There's not much change except Party Rock. Party Rock is now in the mix. Party Rock, Slim Shady LP, Sorry for Party Rocking, Kamikaze, Music to Be Murdered By. So those, what is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 5 times 4, that's 20. Yeah, so only Party Rock would have made this list instead of Culture. So yeah, that's a huge difference. Maybe one honorable mention that I probably have from my grid that I would have added maybe is Wisin y Yandel's Pa'l Mundo. That's also one of the best reggaeton albums. Besides that, I think like this list is pretty good.